Awesome Championship Wrestling returns to the MJN Convention Center in Poughkeepsie on May 17th with Aftershock, presented by Aspire Brewing and Mid-Hudson Pump. In action, you'll see the ACW World Champion Richard Holiday defend his title against Indie God Matt Cardona. The crowning of the ACW Tag Team Championship will take place inside a steel cage as Poughkeepsie's own The Now take on Sent to Slaughter. You'll experience history as the first ACW Women's Champion will be crowned in an elimination match featuring Kelly Madden, Vicky Venuto, Tiara James, Tina San Antonio, and former WWE superstar Indy Hartwell. On the card, you'll also see Real One, formerly known as Enzo Amore, TNA wrestling stars Moose and Mike Santana, ECW legends Tommy Dreamer, Danny Doring, Little Guido, and Joel Gerdner, wrestling legend Crowbar, straight from Jersey Shore Family Vacation, Zach Clayton, and many others. Tickets can be purchased through Ticketmaster, or you can save on fees by visiting the MJN box office in person or buying over the phone. VIP meet and greet packages and more can be found at thisisacw.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into a very special episode here on BCP Plus as we gear up for WWE Presents Monday Night Raw on Netflix. A couple things I wanted to touch on, guys. If you're finishing up at work, getting home from work, about to start the drive home, and if you guys are working from home or at home, please join the chat. Pull up the chat now. Let me know what you guys are thinking about last Friday's SmackDown. I thought it was a heck of an episode. We're also going to be talking a little bit about TNA Rebellion last night. Great Ultimate X match. We saw Joe Henry retain, and of course, the arrival of Trick Williams into TNA, a fully fledged heel Trick Williams attacking Joe Henry post-match. I do want to talk about that. One thing I've said in recent podcasts, something I'm noticing after WrestleMania as we turn the page is we can't turn everybody heel. And I know, especially coming off the heels of John Cena's major news-making, landmark, milestone, whatever you want to call it, heel turn, we can't be turning everybody heel. And that's something I'm just paying attention to. We saw a very quick turn from Becky Lynch. We see Braun Breaker, who I could call a bit of a tweener, joining up with Paul Heyman. And now Trick showing up last night on TNA, full-fledged heel. Obviously, it was organic, and we did see some frustration. So guys, share the stream. We'll get you guys going. Let's make sure the audio is good. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. We'll do a little tech check real quick, and let me know what you guys thought about Friday Night SmackDown. Yo, Kelvin. Oh, good. That means you can hear me, Kelvin, in the chat. Hopefully I'm coming through the microphone okay, Kelvin. Let me know. Kelvin, if you want to jump on, man, you're always welcome. I don't know if you're working or anything. I'm just going to do a short little, maybe half hour, 45 minutes talking about Rebellion, but mostly SmackDown from Friday. I thought it was great. And Kelvin, real quick, saying, yo, I believe you're right. Don't turn everybody. Yeah, it's just something I worry about. And thank you, Kelvin. This is why you're the man. If you want to jump on, man, I'll shoot you the link if you're free, if you're not doing anything, if you're working, do your thing, man. And thank you for tuning in. Kelvin, again, great job. He had just interviewed Joe Henry on TNA Press Pass. He did such a great job with that. So great. Real quick, Jeffrey T. Fountain, USDN, U.S. Department of Nerds podcast. Say LC here. And when's my heel turn happening? That popped me. Yeah, people have been asking for a long time. When is the Rob Williams heel? No one would see it coming, man. Or maybe it already happened. Who knows? It's always the quiet ones, right? That's great, Jeffrey. Welcome in. Whoop that Trick in the chat. Randy, Front Row Mafia. Yeah, what did you think about Trick coming in, guys? Attacking Joe Henry, arguably one of the most popular wrestlers today. Kelvin checking in. Oh, you're at work, bro? Oh, dude, thanks so much, man. I love having Kelvin on, man. He is always bringing those takes. So, Kelvin, chime in on the chat, and thank you guys so much for joining. I wanted to talk about SmackDown before Raw aired tonight because it was such a great episode. I think sometimes these 3-hour shows can drag on. I thought SmackDown on Friday was not the case. I really enjoyed nearly every second of that SmackDown, and this is not me waving any company flags or anything. I was tuning in mostly for that TLC. I felt, oh man, this could have been something on WrestleMania, but I think it worked out perfectly in terms of time and them getting their stuff in commercial free. We'll get into that in a little bit, but I was pleasantly surprised with the John Cena and Randy Orton promo, and I had posted on social media. I really like this promo, and it's not because they're running it back, which I know a lot of people like, but I love not even the reversal of the roles. I Randy's been having so much fun. I thought we would see a feud with him and Cody. That's not really happened yet. But we have this good guy, Randy Orton. He jumped Cena on Raw last week with the RKO, which was a great match with Joe Henry. We could talk about that too. But Cena's out there, and Randy just kind of like the thing I like about this, and I think a few people push back with me, and let me know in the chat if you guys like that Randy Orton John Cena promo. I want to focus on that real quick. I really enjoyed it because I love how Randy came in and was like, "Look, I know you, man. Like, I get it. 17 times. Congrats. The ups, the downs, the pressure, the fans. I get it, man." But he's like, he's like, I know why. Like, I pinpointed this. He's like, it's like because you don't have kids, because you're not a dad. And I just thought that was so like, I don't want to say real, but so different than any like wrestling argument or promo. Like, you attacked me in the cage on Friday, and remember that time like you attacked me with Evolution. Like, it wasn't anything like that. It was like, hey man, like the reason I am the way because I have kids. I'm a family man. Like, he's like, you don't have kids, and to me, I thought just that being the start of everything was really, really interesting. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, these are two guys that know each other. They know each other very, very well behind the scenes. They've worked together so well. I know a lot of people are excited for this feud. I thought that was great. And everything Cena was throwing back at him, he's like, no, like, you're wrong. I remember Total Divas. We all watched Total Divas, let's be honest. A little behind the scenes. I remember when Nikki Bella moved in with him, and he was having her sign the papers just to move in. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, Nikki Bella wants to move in with you. And now that I'm later in life and divorced, I kind of get it. That's a whole different story. I'll leave it at that. That's a joke at my expense. But and then I just remember her talking about kids with John Cena and Nikki Bella, and he's like, I can't give you that. And I just thought it was just really cool that Randy Orton brought this. I don't know. I don't want to say angle. The way he came at this, it wasn't just like, I want the title. It was like, I know you, John. I get it. Because I do feel there is going to be some redeeming thing, like a lot of us do at the end of John's in-ring career in December. Is it going to be a redemption that the fans kind of, or maybe he has to make some sort of decision and the fans will him on? Maybe it's like a Rock Hogan thing where they whoever he's fighting in the last match, he turns back. I think there's some major redemption because if there's not, I run the scenarios, and if Cena goes out heel, I think it's going to be very like, oh, I guess he's a heel. Like, just be like, I don't know, anticlimactic. I don't know. But I'm here for the ride. And I love this dynamic between him and Randy. I just thought it was so different than anything wrestling. It connected a lot of the dots. It showed their maturity. Because with Cena, I don't want to say it's Cena's maturity, but with everything that Cena's been through, and I'll go to the comments in a second. I think Cena has become bitter. It's like he always uses the word relationship, and he always talks about relationships as a dysfunctional relationship. And there's a lot of times he says stuff. I'm not saying Cena's right, but there's a lot of time he says stuff, and I've said this before. I'm like, yeah, we did treat him this way, or we did say that, or he's kind of right. How people are kind of saying Thanos was right, and I'm not one of those people. It's just like one of those things, So it's very interesting. I love this dynamic, and Randy showed range because he showed humor, he showed levity, he showed, hey man, hey bro, I'm talking to you. And then he got heated because Cena just was resisting everything, and it finally got fired up, physical, that whole thing. But I really like this. To me, it just felt different. I like it. Like I always say on the show, I like things in a neat little package. I like it when dots connect, even if they're from the past or Easter eggs. I like everything to connect full circle. So I really liked it. And I just like the range that both of them showed. And Cena is knocking it out of the park with the subtleties of this heel turn, from the black and white numbers, the no pomp and circumstance, everything. And him and Orton, it's been cool to see on the mics. That's what I think. Let's check in real quick with the chat. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This is really cool to see everybody. Wow, the chat is blowing up. Sorry for rambling on. All right, let's take it to CJ. Welcome in, CJ, I believe from DFPN. Good afternoon. Jeffrey T. Fountain from USDN saying that TLC match was really great. Yeah, I enjoyed it. We'll get into that in a little bit. Let's take it to Mike Falvo from the Handsome Club, one of the presidents. Cena was on some next level heel work. Okay, it looks like you guys are enjoying this. We'll take it to Randy, Front Row Mafia. Big surprise. I love the partnership. Love the SmackDown TLC. Oh, I'm so TLC table, legs, chairs. We'll get into that. If you guys listen to Busted Open, shameless promo, our good friend Dave LeGrec and his crew, I think it was Bully and Mark today, they had interviewed the gentleman, Lucha Biggie, I believe is the handle, who gave the prosthetic leg to Montez Ford, and he told the story of that. It was really cool and very inspiring, actually. So check out that interview. I'm sure it's on the Busted Open podcast. Shameless promo. Bring the Legend Killer back for one night to wreck Cena back to the movies. Oh my gosh, I liked it. Kelvin, that burn was phenomenal. I love the role reversal, and it was an organic role reversal, Kelvin. I like it too. Sometimes a lot of things feel forced. Like I always say, there's this, wrestling's like our soap operas, right? I always say there's like wrestling acting, and I don't really like, it's the suspension of disbelief. I don't want to say I don't buy into it because otherwise I wouldn't watch. Like I do buy into it, but with a suspension of disbelief, like a comic book or, you're not, we made the conversation about Emmys in the Bloodline story. Should they get an Emmy or some of the acting? Excuse me, didn't swallow my gum this time. And I think there's just this world of wrestling acting. So I like when it kind of transcends that. Just the way Orton was talking to Cena, I don't want to say felt real, but felt like, hey, these are two guys that have worked together for so long. He's like, hey, man, like, you need to have kids, like, you need to have a family, like, and you'll get it, I thought that was really interesting. CJ, what do we got in the chat here? This is going to be a great feud, being as they grew up together in wrestling. Yeah, I like the way you said that. If this is the first major feud of the reality era, I'm there for it. I like that reality era. John Blaine, Around the Ropes podcast. Good afternoon, sir. Kofi Wheatston, where you been? Haven't seen Kofi from Dirty Heels podcast in a while. We live, baby. That's right. So good to see you, Kofi. That just made my day, man. What did you think about Cena Orton, and how you been, man? So good to see you. All right. Wrestling doesn't need Cena anymore. Never felt like he needed a comeback run for number 17. Just go make movies. Wow. Jeffrey really wanting Cena back in the movies. Ricky Stenicki was really funny. The Vicious one, Vicious Vicky Venuto tacos are incoming also. Didn't have Cena and Orton on my, I didn't have Cena and Orton on my bingo card ever again. Yeah. As much as a Cody crybaby I am, and I can attest to that. They are my childhood, so I'm ready for it. Yeah, that's cool. That's what I love about it. You get to see Orton and Cena one more time, and it works. It's not forced. Just the way Orton popped up on Raw, RKO'd Cena, and then just having them talk. And obviously, we knew St. Louis was the destination, I think, for Backlash, I believe it is, next. So it makes a lot of sense. Cena, obviously, hey, let's do it in your hometown. And I don't want to nitpick too much because Cena was kind of like, I'm going to win the title, I'm going to leave kind of thing, which made me think that Punk would be the one to challenge Cena, kind of a role reversal there. Egg him on to kind of stay and defend it. But Orton and Cena seem to get each other under each other's skin so much. Cena obviously goes to, hey, this is your hometown. We're not going to do it here tonight. We're going to do it in your hometown. Makes sense. I'm here for it. Wow, Jeffrey, you guys are killing me in the chat saying Thanos nailed that call. You're a Thanos guy. Thanos was right. I don't know about that. Oh my gosh, that popped me. W learned it's allowed to trust their fans. I get what you're saying, and welcome, Duran. So good to see you in the chat, man. You say also the payoff for all the years feels so amazing. Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. It's like the dots are connecting. Our intelligence isn't insulted. The history comes into play. The past feuds come into play. There's some deep cuts. There's some Easter eggs. I love that kind of stuff. I love that personally. Duran, I know you're a huge comic book guy too, man. So I get that. Kofi Wheatston in the chat. I love what him and WWE are doing. It's unpredictable. We went off track here. I love it. Thanos was right. All the bad guys are right in their own point of view. I love WWE much better. That's great. Kofi, you popped me with that one. It's so good to see you. Yes, and Kelvin, I agree. I will be having a Taco Monday today, saying this comment wins simply because of tacos. And Champ and I are very excited about that. So I can't complain. Front Row Mafia, some of the best guys you'll ever meet in indie wrestling. Guys, we got to hang out outside of wrestling sometime. You guys are all the best. Rob Williams rules. That's my input. JVD out. Thanks for checking in, JVD. I try my best, man, and I appreciate that. Oh no, I'm afraid to read these comments. Yeah, I tell all my lady friends it's a male soap opera. It's a soap opera for everybody, but it really is a soap opera. It's great now. And it says Kofi Wheatson's doing his class right now. Awesome. Well, thank you for checking in. Mike Mueller just did his which I just put up there, Mike, for you, UFL, doing a great job up in the press box covering UFL, Kelvin and Tyler as well. Mike Mueller, the Mr. Perfect of the BCP, although things have kind of changed since this new regime, man. And like I said to Kelvin, expect the unexpected, which I'm really here for. I'm really excited to watch Raw every week, and I'm really excited to watch SmackDown. Having Cena face Orton in St. Louis is a great way to keep the heat on Cena. That's actually very smart, thinking in terms of booking. I love that. You could stay on YouTube, Kofi, that's fine, or go to Facebook, that's fine. And tacos are for Tuesdays, but here we do it Monday. Or tacos are for every day, but what do I know? You guys are absolutely killing it. I love that promo. Just to me, different is good, different is fun. Them talking like, I don't want to say like two friends, because obviously Cena is very different, but two guys that have known each other forever. I just never saw the kids play come into that. The whole like, hey man, like you don't have a family, like you don't have kids, like it's changed me. Like this is why I'm this version of Randy Orton. And I thought that was very valid. And I do not have kids. But I just thought that was a very valid point. So maybe some of you dads can weigh in the comments. I just thought, again, the soap opera-ness of it all, I really, really liked it, and I thought that was great. Guys, let's talk about, before we get into the TLC match, which we will shortly, I do want to talk about the backstage segment with Bianca Belair. It looks like she had a couple broken fingers. I believe Byron Saxton was interviewing her. Great match. One of the best matches, if not the best match of WrestleMania weekend in terms of WWE matches. I'm also very high on that Hank and Tank versus Fraxian match from Stand and Deliver. Old school black and gold takeover vibes. If you guys have not watched that, watch that as well. And then, of course, the triple threat main from night one with Roman, Punk, and Seth as well. But going back to Bianca, it looks like she had a few broken fingers. She may have even said she competed with the broken fingers. I thought that's what she had said. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but she had her fingers essentially, taped up, one of those metal things, not quite a cast, but it looks like she'll be out for a little bit. And she was having a bit of an organic, I don't want to say heel turn, but change in attitude. We're seeing it more and more. It's very organic. So if she does turn fully heel, obviously she's pulling away from TV for a little bit, so that changes things for a little bit. But like I said earlier, you can't turn everybody heel. And I'm seeing a lot of that. I understand it's after WrestleMania. It's the new cycle. It's the new season. But you can't turn everybody heel, especially after that milestone John Cena heel turn. So keep that in mind. Let's take it to Matt Mike saying, Cena would be a old dad. Where are we going with this? Cena would be a horrible dad. Did you see the way he scolded Nikki for putting a wine glass on their granite countertop? Can't imagine how he'd respond to crayons on the walls. That's what, you know what? He was kind of uptight on that show. I'm not gonna lie. That's where the real heel John Cena was. And iKid, Cena's done a lot of great things for families and a lot of make-a-wishes all over the world. So we kid, but that's hilarious, Mike. Fazio in the chat. What's up, Faz? Thanks for joining. And yeet to the best nurse on Raw. I would agree with that. And that's why he's a champion. Yes, I think the best nurse on Raw just got home from the gym. She's working hard. And yes, the dog did eat. You're welcome. All right. Fazio, thank you for checking in. All right. So I did walk him, just so you know. Yes, and now the world knows. But let's go on. So it looks like Bianca will be out of action for a little bit. Let's talk about this TLC match. I thought it was great. That's why I tuned in. Motor City Machine Guns, DIY Profits, really good match. I like that they paid homage to the Dudleys with the Get the Tables and the Jeff Hardy Edge Spear spot. Wasn't nearly as good, but it couldn't be. That spot was perfect. But I just like the homage with Ciampa dangling, and I think it was Dawkins who did the spear. And you can kind of see he came down on his knees, which I know. I mean, again, like I couldn't do it any better. It was really, really great. I'm really nitpicking, but that was great. I love Johnny's kind of jumping flatliner from ladder to ladder. That was perfect. I believe it was on Montez, and the leg, I'm looking on WWE.com, even the leg thing from the fan. Again, I believe it's Lucha Big E at Lucha Big E, who was on Busted Open earlier today. And this match did get Boldy's seal of approval, which I love. Really, really good. You can have the conversation, was it supposed to be on WrestleMania? It felt like it. The tag teams were being pushed very heavily, but this was kind of win-win because, and I'm sorry, not all of them got that WrestleMania moment with that WrestleMania entrance because they all deserve it. That match was fantastic, but no commercials at the end of SmackDown. That was great. And there was a pure, 30 plus minutes of TLC action. Let's go to the chat. Sorry, I'm rambling on, guys. Thanks for putting up with me. Cena was, we'll say, jerk on that show, and Nikki deserved better. Oh boy, yeah. Well, I guess it wasn't meant to be. Mike Ferreira, Magic Mike Ferreira, what's up, man? What did you think about the TLC match on SmackDown? Thanks for joining in, bud. All right, Jeffrey T. Fountain, USDN Dawkins is a big dude to pull off that spear. Yeah, very agile. A lot bigger than the rest of the competitors. Yeah, Dawkins impressed me for a long time. I remember seeing him and Montez in Asbury Park before they were on TV at an NXT house show, and they really stole the show. And as soon as I saw Montez, I was like, this guy's going to be a star as well. All right, Kelvin, just saying it like it is. I respect this, Kelvin. This is why you're an A+ player here on BCP Plus. Let's just state the obvious. That match belonged on WrestleMania. It did. And I even think night 2 kind of ended a bit early. Maybe I'm wrong on this, or maybe it was perfect. I know they had that roast to WrestleMania. We won't get into that that night, but I feel like night 2 ended a lot earlier than night 1. Correct me if I'm wrong. It would have been nice for them to have that on WrestleMania. Would it have been as good? Would there have been time constraints? Maybe this was meant to be, but all of them did deserve. I don't want to say that WrestleMania payday, but that WrestleMania entrance spotlight. I wonder what the gear would have been for DIY. But Calvin kind of saying it like it is. I respect it, Calvin. In fact, Jeffrey T. Fountain piggyback and saying what Calvin said. That's usually me when Calvin says something. Copy and paste. Magic Mike Ferrer. It's great that they're paying respect to those great teams. Yeah, like the Dudleys, Hardys, and Edge and Christian. Yeah, loved it. Very, very well said. And just great execution. I hate to keep plugging Busted Open again, but I listened this morning and listened to Bully's take on it. Obviously, he would know in terms of TLC. And then the interview with Lucha at Lucha Big E, the gentleman who lended his prosthetic leg to Montez Ford, which created such a moment. And he talks about his mental health that day and how that really made his week. So that's so cool. And, the way Montez threw it back to him and he caught it and smiles and the crowd was going nuts. That was so, so cool. So I love that about the TLC. I thought that was fantastic. But really good TLC. Loving the dynamic between real quick. I just want to touch on Jacob Fatu. I mean, all he gets is A+ from us. Praise all the time. We've known him from the indies here. Just great dude, killing it. Deserves all of it. The dynamic with Solo has been really, really good. Then we saw Drew and LA Knight getting involved. We also saw, what are we going to do? Well, let's talk about this first. Jade versus Tiffany Stratton. I did not expect to get this match so soon. I like the unexpected. Like I said to Kelvin, expect the unexpected now. Tiffany kind of comes out of this brawl with Charlotte at WrestleMania, all banged up. We thought maybe a chipped tooth. I guess that wasn't the case, but you still see the bruise on her head. Got beat up a little bit. It got a little physical. Still a solid match. Tiffany, I don't want to say she's earning it because she's earned it. Major push in NXT, stole the show. Jetpack to the main roster. Money in the Bank was perfect for her. Her as the champion now. She's a little bit more under the microscope, going on the mic against Charlotte. Even this aftermath of the WrestleMania match. I don't want to say I need more from Tiffany because she's fantastic and really good and deserves everything she has right now. Maybe I need something to endear me to her more or something with the character more now that she's the champion. I'm not quite sure how to put my finger on it, what I'm trying to say with Tiffany. I just need something more. There's just like one little thing missing there. and I'm nitpicking at this point, but in terms of just endearing the character, I think. But Jade coming out, looking like $1,000,000 like always after her great match with Naomi at WrestleMania, coming out and getting right to business, challenging Tiffy. And I said, there's no way, just like Vicaire and Io on Raw. I'm like, there's no way this match has a regular finish or a clean finish. Neither of these ladies can take an L here at this point, and that's how it played out. What did you guys think about that women's match? Let's go to the chat real quick. We have some Fatu chants in the chat. Magic Mike Ferrer weighing in. Love that they did the match on SmackDown. This way the SmackDown ratings go up. Yeah, you're not wrong on that for sure. Really good. Let me know what you guys thought about the match between Jade and Tiffany, or lack thereof, as we did not have a clear-cut winner, and nor did I expect one. We also had the debut of Fraxium, our BCP Plus 2024 Tag Team of the Year. They had a great match with the Hardys at the theater at MSG in New York City. We were there for that. What a great match. They've been doing great work. Surprised they took the L at Stand and Deliver to Hank and Tank, but that may have been my favorite match WWE-wise of the weekend, and they had a great match with Los Garza, Humberto, Mr. Dimples himself, and Angel Garza. Great match. Great to see Fraxium. And the way the commentary said it, I believe that they said this was a great acquisition by general manager Nick Aldis. So I believe they're officially called up to SmackDown. Don't quote me on that. Interesting. Mike in the chat saying Tiffany is stale. You think she's stale? I don't know if she's stale. That's your opinion. He's saying Tiffany is stale. She needs a friend in her corner. I did like the dynamic with her and Nia and Candice there. That was a great angle. So you're saying Tiffany's? Well, I could see something like that. Do you mean like a Paul Heyman? Do you mean like a tag team partner? That's interesting, Mike. I don't think you're wrong on that. Jeffrey T. Fountain saying you are definitely nitpicking on Stratton, but we'll see what you're saying. Yeah, I think that's fair. Maybe that's just me selfishly wanting something to endear me to the character a little bit more personally. I also want to talk about Zelina Vega dethroning Chelsea Green after a couple wins. Zelina pulls out the dub. The Secret Hervis gets ejected from the match, and Zelina is your new Women's United States champion, which is very, very cool to see. Very well deserved. Her first championship here on the main roster, I believe. Was she a tag champion? Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that's her first championship. What an emotional moment. That's great. Chelsea tweeting something, I believe the next day, Saturday or Sunday, saying farewell WWE for now or something along those lines. Not sure what that means, but Chelsea certainly is a national treasure. Shameless promo. Go check out our interview with Chelsea Green over on bcp-plus.com or the BCP Plus YouTube channel. One of my favorite interviews. Chelsea, super nice, super fun, and just killing it. Can't wait to see what's next for her. Sans United States Championship, perhaps a WWE Women's Championship in her future. Jeffrey T. Fountain in the chat. Zelina getting the belt on the night Malachi re-debuted was dope. And it was one after the other. I was just getting to that perfect segue, Jeffrey. The return of Aleister Black, one of my longtime favorites from the Black and Gold. Same music, coming up on the plank. So good to see him, and just a kick to Miz. I saw some people nitpicking this. I thought it was perfect. Miz was the guy. I even liked Miz's promo about, Cody kind of buckling under the pressure, Miz saying, hey, I beat John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania. So I thought that was great. Kelvin in the chat, real quick. I like Tiffany, but I think Nia should have been in the spot to breathe down her neck. I like that. Jade needs to hold gold before challenging Tiffy. Yeah, it did. I didn't expect it, which I liked. I didn't expect them. Like, oh, they're doing this now, which I like the surprise. But you have a great point, Kelvin. I can agree with that as well. I like the ambition, though. Very well said. This is good, Tyler. Let me read this all the way. Okay, great. Miz wearing a white suit. Yes, very notable. Just like Cody wore a white suit when Black debuted in AEW. And I remember his AEW debut. That was really, really good. That was great. Really good stuff. Also, just the contrast in terms of, I love nuance, Tyler. That's a great point. The light and the dark, and Miz certainly is not a good guy, but that's a great point. I love nuance like that. The light and the dark. great call. I'm going to have to watch that return again with AEW and Cody. Wow. Well, Robert Baer saying, I hope Randy smashes John. Wow. He really wants John Cena to lose here. Wow. Well, thanks for tuning in, Robert. Give us a sub over on BCP Plus on YouTube. We appreciate it. Jeffrey T found in the chat. Now I'm a big fan of his, and Miz does no wrong on the mic. Yeah, I thought that people were nitpicking that segment. I thought it was great. I thought it was really, really great. But again, one of my favorite SmackDowns in recent memory, guys. Let me know if you have any other thoughts on SmackDown. Again, notable takeaways, great TLC match, amazing promo by Randy and Orton. It was about 20 minutes to a half hour. I really enjoyed that. The debut of Fraxium, Bianca Belair looking injured. So we'll see what comes of that. New U.S. champion, women's U.S. champion in Zelina Vega, very well deserved. And the return of Aleister Black. So excellent SmackDown, one of my favorites in recent memory. Heather in the chat. The troublemakers have arrived. Also hoping that Randy wins and defeats John Cena. Tyler in the chat real quick before we move on. Ford is a star. It's just a matter of time till he's solo and a single star. I'm going to agree with you there. And I said earlier, I remember seeing him in NXT in Asbury Park before they were both on TV. And I said, this man's a star. The first time I saw him, I even got a picture with him after the event, like the fanboy that I am. So it just that was amazing. And he really is a star. And he really stole the show in a lot of ways in that match. Even that wasn't falling face plant flatliner from Gargano ladder to ladder on him. That was fantastic. So great selling using the leg. And obviously getting the belts at the end. So really great match. I really enjoyed that TLC match. It was great. Mike Ferrer in the chat saying, getting ready for Raw tonight. Yeah, me too. That's why I wanted to do this. Apparently I have tacos waiting for me. So I'm very excited for that. We'll be watching some Raw tonight. We're going to watch some LFG as well, I believe. Solo against Fatu would be awesome. I'm thinking that SummerSlam. I thought that was the Mania match, but I'm glad the U.S. title is around the waist of Fatu. Like we always say, we cannot say enough good things about Fatu. Known him here from the Indies from a while ago. Great dude, very well deserved. Excellent talker, excellent in-ring work. Deserves everything he has. Guys, we're going to wrap it up here in a minute. I did want to touch on TNA Rebellion. I thought it was a great show last night. We started with the Ultimate X match. If you guys have any thoughts on TNA Rebellion, did you guys buy it? Did you watch it? Also, I believe you can get TNA Plus right now for free for, I want to say a week if you use the code Say His Name, all capitals. Mike Ferrer saying, I love LFG. Yeah, it's been a really fun show. A little bit of Tough Enough vibes in there. We're enjoying it as it moves along. But we did see the Ultimate X match to start the show last night. You can check out our full review over at bcp-plus.com. Wayne Keener, contributor, did a great job on his full review. And we had the Ultimate X match to start. Casey Navarro, of course, Moose defending. Matt Cardona was in it. Leon Slater, Vikingo was in it, which was so cool to see. Really, really great match. Let me real quick, we're going to play a little clip right here from our buddy Casey Navarro. Interviewed him a few months back to promote TNA heading to New York City, July 20th. I'm very excited for that. And just talking about Casey and his journey, his inspiration, people telling him he wasn't going to make it, but believing himself the whole time. So I want to throw it to that clip real quick with our buddy Casey.
And always believe in yourself truthfully. Like, if you have a thing that you believe in and everybody might go, oh, that's not going to work. Do it, man. Like, everybody said me turning my hair pink and calling myself blessed was not going to work. That got me to where I am today. I went from being just blessed to truly blessed to the blessed of the best to the first class blessing of TNA. But that's because I believed in myself. I let God kind of like just guide my path, and whatever was going to happen, and here I am now. So I would just say believe in yourself, chase those dreams, and don't let anybody get in your way. Don't let any situation make you think that you can't. 2023, I lost everything. I lost a lot of money. I lost my relationship. I lost some relationships with family. I lost my love for wrestling. I was really, really down. And if you would have told me at the end of 2023 that a year later I would have been signed to the company I wanted to be at, wrestling all my heroes, and having a major spot, not a oh, he's here once in a while, or oh, you know, No, like, I'm on TV just about every week, and now I got a segment with AJ, the First Class Penthouse on live TV. You know, I'm very grateful. I'm very blessed, and that's all because
Great stuff by Casey, who's always been such an inspiration. He did a great job. I was hoping you'd walk out with that X Division Championship. Unfortunately, Moose squeaked it out. A little questionable ending there, if you ask me, but I digress. In the chat, Robert Baer saying Nick Nemeth still going strong. Yeah, defeating the Hardys. The Hardys losing those TNA World Tag Team Championship blow. So Ryan and Nick Nemeth are your new TNA World Tag Team Champions. Heather in the chat saying, love that interview. He's inspirational. Yeah, Casey's one of our favorites. And the cool thing is we have gotten to cover his career for, only over 6-7 years maybe, and he's just been a good friend to me outside of the business as well. So all the love to Casey. Guys, please support Casey at Casey Wrestles on social media, one of our favorites. Kelvin in the chat, seamless promo. Rebellion was awesome. I used the code say his name and watch for free. Yeah, new customers use that code say his name in all capitals. I believe it still works. You should get a free TNA Plus trial, I believe, to watch Impact on Thursdays. Some great stuff from the past, interviews, including Press Pass, which is also on YouTube, where Kelvin talked to Joe Henry and asked a question there. Also check out our Joe Henry interview on our BCP Plus YouTube, along with Kelvin's interview with the Hardys, one of my favorite interviews up there on BCP Plus on YouTube. Kelvin in the chat saying, Joe name dropped Casey. I did notice that in Media Pass. That was cool to hear the champion call him someone on the rise. Yeah. And he has the respect of his colleagues, which is awesome. Yeah. And thank you, Heather, saying that's awesome. Yeah. Really, really cool. Great. Again, great Rebellion pay-per-view for TNA. And again, Joe Henry retains. And it was a really good match between him, Kaz, and Ethan Page. I did watch it this morning because I fell asleep last night. I'm an old man and I had to work this morning, but I did watch it in the morning. And of course, Trick crossing that line, coming into TNA, fully fledged heel Trick. Again, I'm going to say it for the third time here today. You can't turn everybody heel. Just be careful with that. I'm cautiously optimistic. It makes sense for Trick. He has been nothing but frustrated since the Eddie Thorne of it all, the Obafemi of it all, even his promo on Tuesday where he said, I'm sick of everyone getting involved in my business. He seems to be taking things in his own hands, attacking the TNA World Heavyweight Champion in Joe Hendry. What's next? I certainly can't wait. Guys, thank you so much for joining the chat, joining us. I got to go eat some tacos. I got my puppy. I play with my puppy over here. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't yet, go over to the BCP Plus YouTube. We're trying to build that channel. We always love you guys watching on the socials, but we're going to try to build that YouTube channel as well. And thank you guys once again for joining the chat. All the love. Appreciate my team over at BCP Plus. And guys, like we always say here on the podcast, everyone stay safe, stay positive, take care of each other. We out. Peace. BCP is brought to you by our favorite store, Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore, located in the Englishtown Flea Market in New Jersey from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays, and online at FunkensteinWrestlingSuperstore.com. Get your favorite wrestling merch, retro video games, Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, G.I. Joe, so much more. It's our favorite store. Thank you, Heather and Dan, for sponsoring the BCP. Also got to welcome back our sponsors, the No Gimmicks Podcast, the podcast that keeps it 100% real 100% of the time. Check out our guy Kelvin, only on the No Gimmicks Podcast. Wrestling All Day, All Night is the best wrestling discussion group on Facebook. We provide more of a community feel here and have wrestling fans introduce other fans to something they may not have seen before, such as old school wrestling, indie wrestling, Japanese wrestling, and so much more. We also strive to be a source of information regarding upcoming wrestler meet and greets and signings. And remember, we're open 24/7, all day, all night. Be sure to follow on socials and join the group on Facebook at Wrestling All Day, All Night. Welcome back our sponsors, Sweet Chin Musings. Sweet Chin Musings is the creation of the reigning, rarely defending, highly disputed champion of wrestling podcast, Mr. Perfect, Mike Mueller, and his tag team partner in crime, Luke Kudialis. SEM focuses on the in-ring product of WWE and AEW, no dirt sheet rumors here, as well as backstage news, predictions, and analysis of characters, storylines, and major pay-per-views. Old school fans, don't worry, we have you covered as well, with a look back on classic matches, top 10 lists, and interactive tournaments that let the fans decide who is truly the best of all time. You can find them at Facebook at Sweet Chin Musings, and check out the podcast on all major podcast platforms. Please welcome back our sponsors on the BCP Plus and the podcast, GPW Productions. GPW provides your promotion or event with top-tier video, audio production, live streaming, and more. I can personally vouch for them in saying they are hands down the best production company I've ever worked with, as they have and continue to work with the likes of AEW, GCW, StarCast, MLW, not to mention the majority of the local independent promotions here in the tri-state area. They can even help you film a vignette or promo for your persona or gimmick. And guess what? GPW doesn't just work in wrestling. No, they cover MMA, boxing, basketball, or any other sporting event as well. On a personal note, I'd like to thank Mike Sesko, Frank Leone, O'Neil Andros, and the team for giving me multiple opportunities to work with them and some of the best talent in the world. Thank you, GPW, and guys, book GPW for your promotion or event today at contact@gpwproductions.com. Please welcome back one of our favorite sponsors, Mania Club. Established in 2015, Mania Club is a WWE-recognized community for fans with an eclectic love for both the world of professional wrestling and raising money for Connor's Cure. During WrestleMania weekend, we host the official tailgate of WrestleMania while also celebrating the life of Connor McCollum. They are the single largest donor within the V Foundation for Connor's Cure, with over $150,000 raised. Please donate and join the Facebook group over at Mania Club on Facebook. Donate at jimmyv.org/Mania Club. Guys, please welcome in our new pod sponsor for the months of May and June, J. Adam Photography. Jay provides quality, artistic, innovative photography with a quick turnaround time. Be sure to check out his latest ISPW wrestling pics and much more stellar content. Right now, wrestlers can do a special portrait shoot with Jay in Sparta, New Jersey for just $50. Contact Jay at Jay Vogel on Facebook and be sure to follow him across socials. Thank you, Jay, for sponsoring the BCP. Guys, let's welcome in our new pod sponsor, Cooper Groove Grips. When you play Cooper Groove drumsticks, you get increased sensory feedback from your hands, so your grip will naturally loosen, but you have complete control. With that taking place, you don't have fatigue and soreness, which can lead to long-term issues. Guys, as a drummer, Cooper Groove is my drumstick of choice. Sweaty hands aren't a problem. Grip is good. Don't forget to check out their amazing Cooper Groove bats coming out soon. Guys, follow at Cooper Groove Grips on Facebook. Guys, please welcome in our new podcast sponsors, ISPW Weekly, where we dive deep into the world of ISPW, the crossroads of professional wrestling. Join Jumpin' Jay and Total with Tom every week as they interview the stars of the ring, uncover their stories, rivalries, and the electrifying action that defines ISPW. Be sure to check out ISPW Weekly on the ISPW Facebook page every week. Please welcome in our new pod and daily site sponsor, Twisted Shamrock Studios and Spa, located in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. Twisted Shamrock is a retro spa experience for the average Joe and Jane. Meet the next evolution of recovery and relaxation. Right now, you can try their introductory offer, where you can try a core service to include massage, skincare, facial, stretch therapy, body slimming, toning, personal training, and spray tanning for 30 minutes for just $30. This is perfect for our wrestling pals as well. Book today. Call 484-574-8868 or visit www.twistedshamrockstudiospa.com. Guys, please welcome back our returning podcast sponsor, USDN. USDN Podcast is run by USDN Chairman and the Council of Nerds. We bring you all the latest news and rumors from the world of nerds and consolidate it right here at the U.S. Department of Nerds. USDN is for the people, by the people, and of the people. Follow them at facebook.com/US Department of Nerds. Guys, please welcome in our new pod sponsor for 2025, the Ropes and Riffs podcast, featuring Maestro John Kiernan, speaking with the stars of professional wrestling about their in-ring, tunage, gear, and so much more. Check out John's interviews with the likes of Lince Dorado, Mercedes Martinez, and so much more. Find the Ropes and Riffs podcast on all major podcast platforms. Guys, please welcome in our new podcast sponsor, EM Collectibles, featuring live signings, collectibles, toys, and more.
Be sure to follow them on Facebook and stay tuned for their upcoming events. Upcoming events right now, March 8th, Hernando Toy and Comic Show, the Hernando County Fairgrounds live signing with Super Crazy. March 22nd, Neg Dog Championship Wrestling presents Music and Mayhem in Hudson, Florida with special guest Super Crazy. March 29th and 30th, 2025 Syracuse Collectors Con in Syracuse, New York with Bill Alfonso, Gary Wolf, and the quintessential stud muffin Joel Gertner, March 30th only. April 5th, New England Fan Fest, and we'll have Buff Bagwell. April 13th, 2025, our premiere show, Bring Back the Memories Toy Show, and May 10th, our renowned 90s Wrestling Con in Morristown, New Jersey, guest to be named soon. BCP is sponsored by Warriors of Wrestling. Saturday, May 10th at Most Precious Blood Church in Brooklyn, New York, featuring former TNA superstar James Storm. Also featuring The Allfather, Darius Carter, Danny Moff, Chris Steeler, TJ Marconi, Warriors champ Roger Mendez, Danny Storm, Mike Titello, and a whole lot more. Get your tickets now at warriorsofwrestling.com. BCW and Shadow Wrestling Alliance present Anniversary 8, a Jurassic celebration honoring the life of